Hello and welcome to a unboxing and impressions video on the fragrance Amouage Overture Man or Overture Man. This is a fragrance created by Karine Vinchon-Spehner or Spehner, I don't know exactly how to pronounce the name, I'm sorry, which was released in, I want to say 2019, or actually a little bit earlier. It was the last fragrance created by Christopher Chong as his capacity of a creative director. I'm gonna do a little bit something noisy now, I apologize. So yeah, this was the last fragrance created by Christopher Chong as the creative director, together with Karine and and it really marks the change of hands. And here you go, here's the fragrance in its cradle with its beautiful frosted glass. This is a natural color, there's no colorant added. Rose gold or copper accents for the cap and the magnetic cap and the medallion. This fragrance, Amouage calls it an eau de parfum, is in fact stated as having a concentration of 31% perfume oil. And yeah, it's very interesting. It's called Overture, which is the first part of an opera, I think, or a play. And it marks the end of Christopher Chong's era and the beginning of Monsieur Renaud Salmon's era. This is the new packaging. It launched in a different one and launched in one that you could open from the side with a magnetic lid. This is the new sort of generic Amouage packaging with the sleeve. And yeah, I smelled this fragrance quite a while ago in a shop and I thought, what the hell is this? I thought, wow, this is stinky, this is sweaty. Why did anybody create this? I don't get it. I don't know what's going on. So now I have a bottle. How did that happen? Well, I kind of gave it some time. So this is not a fragrance that you would wear all the time. This is not a fragrance that you maybe get on the first smell. This is a fragrance that is sort of challenging, and they even say this on the new blurb at least. It says, challenging and sophisticated Overture Man conjures the tale of poise and a sheer sense of mystery. And you can see in the top notes, it says cumin and also nutmeg. Cumin and nutmeg are both quite old school masculine spices. You know, I'm gonna read all the notes. Grapefruit, ginger, cardamom, heart notes of benzoin, lentisque, myrrh, patchouli, labdanum, base notes of leather, frankincense, sage, and sandalwood. Sage as a base note gives me a little bit of a pause. I don't quite get it. Here's the ingredients. But yeah, cumin essentially gives you a very sweaty, warm, spicy vibe. So just showing the cap a little bit. It's very nice. I'm going to spray this one on skin, right? I'm going to go straight on skin just because I think that's where this fragrance belongs. Cumin usually also gets more sweaty on skin, depending on your type of skin. You can see the oil. 31% oil concentration, eau de parfum. I think one of the highest concentrated exceptional extrait by Amouage. And yeah, there's the cumin. But when you give it some time, when you let your nose get acclimatized to this sort of fragrance, you notice, oh my God, this is not only super opulent, this is not only super complex, there's so much going on. And it's not just sweaty cumin, it's not just dirt, it's not just filthy. It's actually super finely tuned. Karine did a beautiful job. And this cardamom in here, there's some cinnamon. I get lots of barky cinnamon, like the woody, dry cinnamon. The grapefruit, it's really, the cumin and the grapefruit somehow together, they work beautifully. I think many fragrances actually use that combination. Burlington 1819 by Roger Parfums is another one with that combination. And then this resinous base. Oh my God, this myrrh, this benzoin. I get everything. This is so detailed. This is like extremely high resolution in terms of fragrance. And it's transparent. It's dark, but it's transparent somehow. I don't know if that makes sense at all. Maybe like you're looking through a glass into a dark room, or you're looking out of a dark room through a glass onto this landscape of an opulent palace in the desert. This is really, really quite something. It's extremely spicy. It's very, to my nose, quite leathery. It has this extremely resinous facet. I think the color comes mainly probably from the resins. I think that's probably, myrrh is a very dark resin. It's probably myrrh and benzoin and frankincense that gives this most of the color, is my assumption. Which, by the way, is just, if we're being honest, a lot of us also buy Amouage because of the bottles. Let's not kid ourselves. Amouage, they do a fabulous job marketing, and this packaging adds a lot to this feeling of luxury that you get. And nonetheless, I would never pay retail for this, because I think retail is 365 euros or something ridiculous like that. This launched as a Harrods exclusive. And now you can get it from Amouage directly. And wow, this is one of those fragrances that you need to give some time. You need to come back to this. You will probably, I mean, I guess most people will probably not like this on first smell. Most people will be scared away. And that's fine. I totally understand. I was the same way. I was exactly the same way. But like on the first time I smelled it, I kept the blotter with me, and I smelled it the next day, and I was just like, what is this nice thing? What is this nice thing? And then some months back, I went back to the shop and I sprayed some, and I had the same reaction. I was like, ew, this is stinky. And then, but is it though? Is it stinky? What is going on in here? And you smell it and you realize there's so much more. By the way, here you can tell the oil slick. It's very highly concentrated. But I don't think this is the most pushy Amouage. I think Interlude is a way more highly diffusive fragrance. This one, there's actually some amberwood in here. It's well used, so I don't mind it. But I don't feel amberwoods in this one. This one smells, for an Amouage, quite natural, in fact. It's just so nice. Actually has a slightly Christmassy feel to me even. The cumin reminds me just very slightly of, with the fruitiness, I get a fruity thing from here and a boozy thing. It very, very, very slightly reminds me of Féminité du Bois and Parfum d'Empire, Asiade. It's completely different in terms of the actual construction and the types of fruitiness, but in general, that sort of boozy, fruity, warm, spicy thing with resins and woods gives me a little bit of the idea of those two fragrances, albeit maybe in a more traditionally masculine form in this one. But yeah, I'm just raving about this. I'm so glad I gave this another chance, and I'm so glad I picked up this one. This is one of those sleepers. I just keep smelling my hand. It's really maybe one of my favorite uses of cumin. It's up there. It's really up there with Féminité du Bois. This has more cumin than Féminité du Bois though. Féminité du Bois is quite subtle on the cumin. You get it some days, other days you don't. Asiade is the same thing. Asiade, the cumin dries off fairly quickly, and there's enough sweetness in Asiade that you don't really get this. This was sour. This is unapologetically spicy and dry, I would say. There's this boozy, grapefruity thing, although I don't get the cognac that lots of people talk about as much. I mainly get this resinous thing and the warm spices. It kind of reads more dry because the spices are dry. The texture of the woods is leaning dry. The resins are also more dry. I think benzoin is kind of powdery here. Although I guess the resins are the closest thing to like a sort of honeyed sticky thing. Without, this never goes too sweet. This is just opulent. This, to me, is a fragrance that is not smelling like, but in the same, category as Jubilation 25 because of its opulence. This is one of the most opulent fragrances I've smelled. And yeah, that's enough gushing. The upshot of this is try this fragrance. I could see this one getting discontinued. I mean, I don't want to start any rumors. There's nothing said about this being discontinued, but to be quite honest, the availability of this is not the best. And it's a very specific smell that probably is not very mass appealing. So if you can find a good deal on this, or maybe like a partial, or just get a decant and just try it. And try it on different days. You know, try it once, and if you don't like it, that's normal. Then try it again, maybe a month later, maybe different weather, different mood. And then see if you like it again, and do that maybe at least 2 or 3 times before you decide what you think about this fragrance. I think even then, you know, lots of people will not like this, but I think this is a gorgeous composition, and I think this is one of the best amouages that I own. It's really up there, it's creeping up, and I feel like if I wear this a couple of times, it has the potential of really keep moving up. All right, thank you so much for watching. This was a fun one. I really enjoyed this one. I mean, this is, of course, this is like the perfume equivalent of jewelry. But yeah, there's also substance to this. I think this also provides quality and very, very well-made fragrance. So there you go. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this short little introduction of my newest acquisition. Be kind to each other. Be safe out there. Take care. We will see each other in the next video. Bye-bye.